people they're pouring water on me. Like I was literally about to pass out. And welcome back to my channel, guys. It's Miss TL, and I'm just getting back to you with a quick little, I want to say, story time about something that happened to me this weekend that kind of just made me appreciate life a little bit more. And you guys gotta excuse me. I mean, it is so super hot, as you can see. Like my forehead is all palmy and sweating and all of that. So I might just have to move around just to get some air, because I am trying not to give Edison all my money this summer at all. I've already told the boys, like, listen, we not on this air thing this weekend. Excuse me, I'm trying to get this thing situated. We're not gonna be running the air all weekend long. You guys can just hang that up. So anyway, I'm gonna try to move because I'd rather be like in a darker place, so that I could get more, so that I could air. I can't even concentrate. Anyway, what I am coming to you guys about today is this weekend I went to the Playboy Jazz Festival, and which I do every year, and I had something kind of like strange happen. It was like I almost passed out. Like I literally feared for my life and really thought that I was not gonna make it back home. This year, next month I'll be 50 years old, and I've been having like a lot of health issues and everything, right? Not major, but at this age, if there is something wrong with you, this is when it's going to show. So I went for my physical, because last year they told me I had some kidney issues. I've always had high blood pressure, and they were just saying that the kidneys could be a direct result from the high blood pressure, this, that, and the third. But this year when I went, great news was my new doctor said that I didn't have kidney disease, even though I'm going to get a second opinion, because I know once you get to a certain stage, there's no turning back. Right now, if there's any way that I can correct, make any changes that can prolong my kidney usage or to reverse it altogether, that's what I want to do. So I will be getting a second opinion on that. Then, of course, they check out the heart, do all that kind of stuff, and then it was found that I had a regular heartbeat. So I have been seeing a cardiologist. And so now, I don't know if you could see it, I am wearing a heart monitor, which I have to wear for the next 2 weeks or so. This little digit that reads back to my doctor, lets them know if my heartbeat is doing irregular. I have like these little prongs that are connected. I have them in 3 different areas, here, here, and under the breast area. So it kind of gives a signal to my doctor as to where I'm going, or what my heart is doing. So anyway, going back, I know I'm a little off. I just want to give you some backstory about where I'm going with this. So on top of that, I did a video 6 months, 8 months ago about my daughter being on drugs. So I'm doing like a lot of, I got a lot of emotional anxiety. I'm now a full-time grandmother instead of me living my best life at this age, because all my children are grown. I'm starting all over, taking care of my 10-year-old grandson full-time. So it's just put a lot of stress on me. So in addition to me trying to take care of myself and make sure I could be here at least another 30, 40 years, um, and live my best life in the process, it's like I have mental stress that is on me as well. So Yeah. So anyway, this past Sunday I went to the jazz festival, and it was like 100 and something degrees in heat. And if anybody knows California and the Hollywood Bowl, we're at the very top, and the escalators no longer work, and so you're able to bring in your own ice chest, food, all of that. Ooh, why my lips look so crusty? Anyway, you're able to bring in all of that stuff. So Sunday was just a weird day because my ice cooler that rolls, soon as we got there, it broke. So that means that I was gonna have to climb all these stairs to get to my seat, which was in the sun. They no longer allow umbrellas. Go figure. So I had to drag all that. Luckily, there was a gentleman that did carry it up a few flight of stairs for me. But in the heat, with the heart monitor on and all this kind of stuff, it was a no-win situation. So when we got there, I ended up, my girlfriends and I, we bought food. We had salmon, like we had a for real meal. We didn't bring junk. We had junk, but that wasn't our meal. We wanted to eat really good because we knew we would be drinking, so we wanted to put real food on our stomach. So we stopped at the picnic area. We had food, and then I had one drink, which was vodka and cranberry. Then when I got to my seat, I drank water. Now, at this time, I have no more desire to drink because it was just too hot. And plus, I was trying to pace myself because the festival was going to be all day, like literally from 4 p.m., from 3 p.m. till about 11 p.m. So I needed to pace myself on alcohol. So I only had one drink, and then I said I'm going to flush my system with water, and then maybe in a couple hours have another drink. So anyway, we're walking around like we usually do every year, and there's a section up top where everybody hangs because it's tree lined. And even though you got seats down below where it's all sunny, most people abandon their seats and they go in this one area. You're allowed to smoke cigarettes, marijuana, whatever you want because, California, it is legal. Even though you're not supposed to do it in a public place, they do that. Anyway, so they're up there. They got a full bar up there. So I'm up there hanging, still hadn't drank, relaxing, and talking and having a good time. Maybe an hour or two had passed. I decide I'm going to get up and go back to my seat and make a drink that was in my cooler. The moment that I got up, it felt like the whole world began to spin. Like the world was just spinning and spinning and spinning. And all of a sudden, I told my girlfriend, I said, I got to sit down. I'm thinking maybe I got up too fast. This will pass. So let me sit down. When I sat down, it seemed like it got even worse. It was like I started hearing ringing in my ears. All of a sudden, there's several people around me. People they're pouring water on me. Like I was literally about to pass out. And I got so scared because even though it was hot, I wasn't sure that if it was heat related. I wasn't sure if it was heart related. I just wasn't sure. Um, so, hold on for a second. Oh, all right. I thought my son was coming in. But anyway, um, I didn't know what was going on, but I almost like passed out. And they were getting ready. I said, the feeling that I had, it wasn't, I knew I wasn't having a heart attack. I didn't know what it was, but I really thought I wasn't going to make it home. It was that bad. I don't know if you ever saw a movie and the person is fainting or they're about to go out of consciousness, and then you hear people talking and they sound far away even if they're right in your face, because people were talking to me and it was seeming like my ears were closing up. Like I literally could not hear anybody, you know. And I was just focusing like my grandson needs me. Lord, please don't take me away right now. Not here. I mean, everybody was looking at me. And so my girlfriend's daughter, she's like, I'm going to pour water on you, so forgive me. So she poured water down my back, on my face just to like cool me off. And I just laid on her shoulder and I just prayed. And I was like, Lord, whatever this is, take it away, because I was feeling nauseous, all that. I don't know if I was having a stroke. I really didn't know what was happening. I truly didn't know. So, anyway, long story short, probably about 10 minutes of just sitting there, the feeling started to die down as I started talking to myself and praying and allowing myself to really be calm, because I was panicking. I didn't know what to do, but it was just so crazy because in that moment of feeling like I was on the edge of life or death, and some may think I was being dramatic, but you wouldn't know unless you felt what I felt. All I could think about was how I was going to leave my family behind. I wasn't really thinking about myself per se. Of course, I didn't want to die, but I was just thinking about how much my family needs me and what are they going to do without me, especially my grandson, whose father is MIA. And if we could find him, it's like, what is he going to do? My daughter, I haven't spoke to her in weeks, and she's in no position to take care of him. My son, he has his own child. I'm sure he would take care of him. And then my younger son, who's still learning about being a man, and I just felt so emotional. And and when I couldn't even enjoy the festival anymore. And it wasn't like we could leave because we had come on a park and ride bus, so we had to wait for the buses to come unless I left there by ambulance. By then, by the time all this had calmed down, I started to feel much better, but it really just made me truly reflect on my life and how I need to be more thankful and grateful and take better care of myself and walk in forgiveness and love people even when they don't love me. And how when all of this mess started happening with my daughter, how resentful I was because I was feeling like, my son, the minute he graduated high school, that I was gonna start living my best life and traveling. I'm gonna be 50 years old. I'm gonna be childless. And then this is the hand that I'm dealt with. I'm now a full time grandmother. And I was so angry, angry. And all I wanted to do was, I don't know. I just kind of closed up, and like I said, at night I would cry when the whole situation with me being the person that's having to provide for my grandson. And mind you, I don't get any financial assistance. I'm self-employed, all of that. So, long story short, with that, where I'm going with that is, I just felt like all the stuff that I usually complain about, like, why am I complaining? It's like I have so much to be thankful for. No, life didn't go the way that I planned it to go. There's still things in my life that I need to resolve that I'm not happy about. But in the scheme of things, like I'm alive, and every day that I'm alive, I can make changes. Like I could do something to better my life, to better those people who love me and those who don't, people who are around me and know me, how I can enhance and encourage their lives just by me being alive. And I just was feeling so thankful, and whatever happened, whatever episode or whatever, whenever that passed, I just felt so grateful that God had allowed me to see the beauty in where I was at, to hear the live jazz, to hear people walking and talking and laughing, to, being able to converse with friends, and how grateful things that I had taken, for granted in that moment, knowing that I was going to be able to come home and lay in the bed that God allowed me to earn for myself, how I was going to be able to see my sons who normally get on my nerves. I was just so grateful. And it's so crazy that something so small, and I really, to this day, I had a doctor's appointment today, but they rescheduled. Um, until this day, like I really don't know what happened. I don't know what the hell it was. All I know is I felt like in a blink of an eye that I was gonna be gone, you know. And but I'm so glad it didn't happen. Like I know there's so many people that need me. They would be devastated. And that's not even being arrogant. That's the truth. I know they would survive. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying people can't live without me. But I know for certain that it would my passing or me being incapacitated, all that would be very harmful to people who actually need me. And I'm saying all this to say this is don't complain about your situation. It could always be worse, and I know people have heard that and said that before, but it's the truth. It could always be much worse. Number two, you have an opportunity when you wake up in the morning to get it right today. You might have messed up yesterday. You might have did some things that you regret yesterday, but at the end of the day, if you're getting another opportunity to breathe on this earth, you can get it right, you know. Number three, it allows you to see that you should never give up. When I was feeling like I was about to be laid out on that ground, that's when I prayed the hardest. And that's when I thought about other people before I really thought about myself. And I promise you, although I was scared, it wasn't that I was scared for myself. I really was scared for people who would be affected by me not being here. And number four, it's like you have to think about what can I do to prolong my life so that I can continue to be a blessing to other people, to be a blessing to myself. I know that sounds weird, but you need to be a blessing to yourself in that you are always motivated to do better than what you did yesterday. Like just never ever quit. No, even when you at your lowest, you should never ever ever quit. Like you should just keep on going. And even though I was scared, um, I'm grateful that it happened because I it just gave me a whole new perspective. Yesterday I took the day off. I just relaxed in my bed. I got much needed rest. But this morning I was back on it. I've been back grinding and hustling. You know, today I will sign my grandson up for I'll be signing him up for football. I'm trying to make sure his life is as normal as possible, given that my daughter has completely disappeared out of his life. But anyway, I know I've already been talking for 17 minutes, and I hope this made sense to some people, and I hope that this can help somebody. Like, even when you're on your deathbed or think you're on your deathbed, there's always hope. Pray, and think about all the good things in your life, man. Like, never ever give up. Just never ever give up. And anyway, that's all I wanted to say. And I'm just so grateful and thankful, and I just hope that my message can help somebody. And I appreciate you guys for listening. And like, subscribe, share. I'll be having more videos coming up pretty soon. More try on hauls, some get ready with me, and more story time. So, anyway, peace out, Miss TL. See you later.